Hello, I'm Ale and welcome to Solo Cose Nove. Kratky hydroponic method is the simplest way to grow plants outside the soil without water pumps or electricity. Well, this name is because Bernard A. Kratky, an horticulturalist who developed this system at the Manoa University in Hawaii. I think it's more correct to say Hawaii. Well, if you want to do hydroponic, but you don't want to connect water pumps, timers or iron stones, this method is for you. It is in fact a passive method to configure one only time and then to forget it or almost. How does it work? The system is really simple. You only need a container, a reservoir where you put water and nutrients, and the plants, of course. If you ever clone a plant in the water, perhaps with rosemary or basil, the system is almost the same. But there is one big difference. You should not put the entire root system of the plant inside the water. That's because plants breathe also with the roots, and without air stone you could drown it. The idea is that during the growing of the plants, they'll maintain a part of roots inside the water and a part outside. The best way to test this method is to pick a little jar, filling with water and perhaps with nutrients. Best if you cover up the jar. This to avoid algae. But some people don't care. Then add the plant with the roots semi-immersed in the liquid. To do this, you can use a little pot with holes filled with some rocks, or maybe with packaging material, something like polystyrene, where you can make a cut or a little hole where to put the plant. Pros and cons. Let's dive into pros and cons for this method. Pros. The major benefit is that when you configure this system, you can forget about it. It's really easy to make. You can do this step by step, making some tests with little jars, and then you can add more and make towers. It's really economic. Cons. It is a stagnant method, so you need to add enough water inside the container to sustain all the plants' lives you want to put into. If the container is too small or you have too many plants, you should refill it time to time. To avoid algae, you should avoid transparent containers. Whereas is a stagnant method, during summer it could be colonized with mosquitoes. They love this kind of environment, so you must often check and use mosquito nets in the holes. During summer the water temperature could be a problem. If you build this kind of system in the garden, you can bury the container. Otherwise, you can use isolant material, what to grow, what not, and why. Not every plants are suitable for a Kratky method. Some of them use too much water, like tomatoes, and they could dry very fast. Some other plants, radish like potatoes or carrots, they can't be grown inside little containers like whole spots. Other plants are perfect for this system like aromatics, salads and so on. Other plants like strawberries, onions are perfect. But it's not a strict rule, so experiment with hydroponic and find a new method to do it. But before moving on, please leave a thumb up, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you won't miss any content like this and help the channel to grow. Thanks! Furthermore, on the website solocosenove.it you can find everything about Solo Cose Nove world. Final considerations. Kratky method is really an interesting hydroponic, and it can make the difference in the ecological and economical terms. It's really simple, practical, and it's the perfect point to start with hydroponic. Well, thank you for following me also for today and see you in the next exciting video. Ciao!